Okay, so I think I'm live. Hi, everyone. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Pamela. It's so nice to see you here already. I'm not going to start right away because I'm gonna wait a little bit to allow some more people to get onto the stream. I have been having a little bit of difficulty with StreamYard lately. My computer says I have full power Wi-Fi, but StreamYard says I have a low connection. So sometimes I freeze where my face freezes. I didn't freeze right there. It is as an example. But my voice keeps going, so I don't know I'm frozen. So just bear with me, and I truly appreciate your patience. We're actually getting new internet next week, which is supposed to be like super amazing, high speed, underground, real fast Wi-Fi. So I'm excited for that. Hi, Ange. So nice to see everyone stopping by. Please feel free to say hello. Hi, Krista. So nice to see you. I loved all of your vlogs from Lindsay and Sarah and Amanda. I mean, I follow all of you. So like one day I just like opened my feed and it's like all this like bestie vacation thing. I was like all day. That's all I was watching. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. It really felt like I was there. If you haven't, for everyone else, who isn't aware, so Krista from Books and Jams, and then Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library, and Amanda from the Curly Reader all ended up doing a little vacation together in North Carolina, and they have some amazing vlogs and little game-like video uploads that they have on their channel, so definitely check them out. They had so much fun. It was really nice to see BookTube friends that you watch on a regular basis, that you interact with, get together in person and just see how much fun they have. So thank you. Oh, hi, Amanda. I was just talking about you. So yes. Oh, thank you, Krista. I appreciate that. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to wait for a couple of more minutes. So if you're watching this in replay, I apologize if you want to kind of go past like maybe 5 minutes. We'll just wait 5 minutes. So we only have 3 more minutes to go. Otherwise, definitely hang around because I usually talk a lot in this little meantime too. But it's so nice to see everyone. And I know it's been a really long time. So we're going to get into all of that. But yeah, so yeah. What's everybody been reading lately? Is anyone doing anything super fun? I know it's getting towards the end of the year, so everyone's scrambling to try to get the books that they said they were going to read in January read. I know for me, I still have like 5 more books left on my 21 books to read in 2021, which they're like big ones too. It's like I left all of the big ones to the end. But it's a-okay. Hi, Melissa. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm just kind of dawdling for like the first 5 minutes just so whoever would like to join us can hop in without missing anything. So yeah. For myself, I am currently reading Eye of the World, which is the first in the Wheel of Time series. And no, I did not start reading that because of the series. I didn't know about the series until after I had put it on my 21 books to read in 2021. And then everyone asked me if I was doing it for the series. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. I'm also reading. What else am I reading? I have a whole stack in my room. Oh, I'm reading Interview with a Vampire. I'm still reading Kristen Levenstatter. I'm so awful. So bad. And I am reading The Other Boleyn Girl. I have to get that finished as well. And then I'll start next week, Sold on Monday. Oh yeah, and I'm reading Grapes of Wrath with Ange and Emily from Novel Novels, and then Laura from Book Blubber. And I'm actually reading Eye of the World with Laura as well. So, hi, Jen. Oh, yeah, trying to get the last one read for Historathon. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that because I did participate in the one that was earlier this year, and I really enjoyed that. I read a few books that have been some of my favorite books of the year during that read-along or readathon. But I have so many books that I have to get done for the end of the year. I just couldn't even bring myself to get to it. I suppose the Sold on Monday is a historical fiction. So I guess that could count. But yeah, looks like Krista is listening to The Day the World Came to Town. Oh, that sounds very interesting. I look forward to hearing about it. I just watched your October wrap up today. And I felt bad. The first two you were so bummed about, like, oh, not good. But that's okay. That happens from time to time. Oh, Charlotte's Web. That is such a good book. Oh, Meryl Streep is the narrator. Oh, I'll have to look for that. I do like E.B. White. I don't know that I have read anything else other than Charlotte's Web. Oh no, don't they write Stuart Little? I love Stuart Little. I also liked, and I don't think this is the same author, but Mouse on a Motorcycle. I loved that book. That was so cute. Hi, Beth. So nice to see you. And Emily's here. Okay. Well, we're past that 5-minute mark, so I think we'll go ahead and kind of get started, so to speak. Looks like, Krista, what else are you reading here? Nonfiction about candor. Oh, that is an interesting one. I know it's like I'm reading about 9/11, mostly because, I mean, I was like 14, 15 years old. So it's like, so it feels too real to me, and too real. It is real, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just too, I remember exactly where I was that day. I remember watching the news for the rest of the day because they sent you home from school. I have a hard time with that. Hi, Hannah. Pamela is finished Dreams of Merimtar. Oh, those both sound really good. I should be writing some of this stuff down. I'm terrible at that. And Emily started Love After Love. Very nice. All of the Christmas books. So that's my vote, is all of the Christmas books. Oh boy. Okay. So for today, it is a 900 sub celebration. First and foremost. So for any of you out there that are watching this who are new to my channel, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for, subscribing in the last couple of months where I've been kind of MIA, so to speak. I know I've done the Jurassic Park read along, and I basically just did that on my channel for a while, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I want to just thank you all for being so patient, especially for those of you who have been with me for the long haul. I truly appreciate your patience. I know you're all wondering what's going on. Where are you? You're not just reading Jurassic Park, are you? And no, I have been reading other things. And next week, I'll have a video about what I've been reading, so you can kind of catch up with me with the books that I have been reading, because I have been reading quite a few really good books, just not reading as many books as I usually do. And yeah, so I am the worst about planning live streams and videos in general. So I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. So that's something that you definitely should know about me. If you didn't already know that, for those of you who have been around for a while, I definitely kind of just go off on the rails and go in all different directions. And sometimes I come back to the points I try to make. But the first thing I did want to make sure that I mentioned was a big shout out to all of you who are out there who support me and my channel. It's truly one of the most rewarding things you can do, is to have a community of people who throughout your, journey here on the interwebs, or booktube as we like to refer to it. So at any time that you want to chat, I do have an Instagram, and obviously in any of the comments of any of the videos, I do try to get to those as quickly as I can. I know over the last couple of months I have been a little bit slower on getting to comments. But I do want to let you know, I do love it when you interact. So don't ever feel afraid to send me a message or to comment on any of the videos. I truly appreciate you. And even if it's a comment that is opposite of what I say. So say, for instance, I, rate a book a 5-star rating and you were like, whoa, that was really a 2. Please tell me and tell me why, because sometimes when you're reading a book, you miss a few things. And I love to have those interactions, because for me as a reader and someone who studied literature in school for quite a while, I love hearing the other side. So there's some books that I've rated really low that other people really like, and I see why they like it. And that's great, because it's your reading life. You all have your own ways of reading, which is perfectly a-okay. So never feel like you can't comment on any of my videos or send me a message. As long as it's obviously appropriate, it's not, being just outright mean, then perfectly fine with me. I'd love to open that conversation. So thank you all so much. I'm so excited. It's just so nice to have everyone here and supporting me. So that's always been really fun. And I'm sure as we keep going, I will continue to celebrate all of you. So thank you all so much. Hi, Melissa. It's so nice to see you. I was just watching, not just, but like a couple days ago, I was watching your London trip video, and I was bringing back so many memories. I unfortunately didn't really do a lot of shopping while I was in London. So it was nice to see yours, because I could live vicariously through you, because I usually just go to a lot of like things and then like get the souvenirs in the airport or the train station when I'm leaving, which is terrible because there's so many great places to shop in London. But yeah, I'm always for like walking around and seeing all the sights, and then I get lost in just doing that. And yeah, so it's okay. So thank you all so much for the congratulations. So kind of the next part of this live stream is my big, huge announcement, or like why I've been gone for a long time, of like not putting out content as much as I did before. If you're familiar with my channel, I was doing about 3 videos a week, and that kind of just went and crashed. And then I was just really doing the Jurassic Park and Lost World read along. So I want to apologize first for not keeping you all in the loop. It's been a really interesting couple of months, very trying and very energy depleting. And so quite frankly, it was just really hard to like muster up enough energy to even do the live streams for Jurassic Park and Lost World. If anyone saw those, you may have noticed that my energy level was a lot different. So I was just happy that I was able to get through those 4 live streams, quite frankly. But that being said, the reason why I kind of fell off the planet and was basically ill for all of that time is because I'm expecting a baby. So I am officially pregnant. If you can see how we have this little baby bump happening. And I, during the first trimester, just could not bring myself to do anything. So being pregnant really just takes a huge toll on your mental and physical state. I never was like throwing up or anything, but I can tell you the entire first trimester, I have been seriously like no energy, in bed, tired. Like the level of fatigue that you have during that time. I mean, there were days where I would just like lay there and be like, there's no way I'm getting out of bed. So it's been really hard. So thankfully I have not had any like vomiting issues really. It's just really been the fatigue, really tired. And obviously then there's a lot of questions, what are you craving? All those things. I've had a really weird pregnancy. Like I don't have any cravings whatsoever. In the beginning, I would say if you would call it a craving, it was just, I really wanted cold food. Like I wanted cold, crunchy food. So like cold watermelon, but then it was like not the season anymore. So then I couldn't even get it. But that was really it. Like it was just like I wanted cold, fresh. I didn't want cooked stuff. I didn't want chicken. It was weird. So like it's been interesting because like I have this app from What to Expect When You're Expecting or something like that. That book, it has an app, and there's discussion boards, and there's all these women who talk about what they're doing. And I'm just like, I don't have any of these things. Like they're talking about like being nauseous all the time. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't call it nauseous. I would just call like it being a meh feeling. I just feel like meh all the time. Like, do you want to eat? Meh. Do you want to do this? Meh. I don't want to do anything. I was just tired. So bloody tired all of the time. And even now I do have my days where I am tired. I definitely have like insomnia during the night, which is really weird because I'm tired, but I can't sleep until my husband and my stepdaughter like leave for the day. And then I sleep for like 3 hours when it's like no one in the house. It's really weird. But yeah, so that's my huge announcement of why I have basically been MIA. And it's truly because I mean, I really did not have the energy to do much of anything. I dedicated all of the energy that I had to my business that I have with Laura at Book Bubbler or DoubleBookedCo, because obviously that needs to keep running. So I still make things for that. I still do all of the shipping for that, and the live streams that we have every other week. So if you follow that channel and you've seen me in the live streams, you've probably also seen how like low my energy level is, because it's so weird. For those of you who have been pregnant before, you may remember your first trimester at least. And I mean, no energy whatsoever. Just really, really sick of just being so tired all of the time. So right now, to answer a few other questions that may be lingering out there, right now I'm almost 18 weeks, so a little past the 4-month mark. And we don't yet know what the baby sex is, the gender, but we will find out because we just feel like it would be easier to plan for, I guess. I don't know what that means really, but quite frankly, I just want to know at this point. Growing up, I always thought I would be the person that would like wait, and just be surprised in the delivery room. But at this point, I want to be able to really establish a good name. I want to be able to have that in my mind. I don't know. It's weird, but that's my thing. I guess we want to know. My husband said yes right away. He's like, yeah, of course we would find out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, everything is good now. I'm a couple weeks into second trimester and feel a lot better. Definitely my energy levels are back up to where I feel like myself. I still have fatigue sometimes. I don't feel pregnant because nothing's like moving or anything. I'm just like getting bigger basically at this point. So that's kind of unusual when you're like doing things and you have to remember like, okay, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. I used to have a glass of wine all the time. Not all the time. That's not what I meant. I used to have a glass of wine every once in a while. And now that I can't, it doesn't even bother me. Like as soon as we found out, I just stopped doing that. I stopped doing a lot of things. And really, it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's just one of those things that instinctively you just go, this is how it is. And so I never had any problems. There's been a few moms on the boards that have talked about how hard it is. They just want this and they just want that. And they, try to Google things to see how much they can have without being bad. And I'm just like, it's 9 months. So it really hasn't bothered me at all. And I'm so sorry. I'm totally just completely ignoring all of your comments, but thank you all so much. So thank you. Yeah. Oh, I knew. So Beth, because you follow me on both platforms on our DoubleBookedCo channel and everything, I figured you'd probably know. So thank you, Hannah. Thanks, Pamela. Yeah, Emily, I knew you, like, Emily and I and a few other friends, we Vox a lot, and I was so nervous that one message I had to send, like, I'm not really feeling it, but okay, like, I'll tell you guys later. So, yeah, thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, I figure, if it's, I got married last year. It's kind of like, how the song goes, baby in a baby carriage. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Dawn's here. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Allie, if you're there too. Aw. Oh, Allie jumped up clapping just now. Aw, thanks, Allie. You're so sweet. I still have a few purple tassels left. Not many, but I'll keep those up for you. I'm going to be making an order soon. So Miss Allie loves her purple tassels. Thanks, Krista. Thank you, Ange. Oh, Pamela, are you having a boy? I have a feeling you are. If you don't want to tell, that's okay. So I don't know yet, but I do really want a boy. I would be happy with either or. It doesn't matter as long as it's a healthy baby, a healthy person, a healthy adult, someone who just, obviously loves its mother. But yeah, no, I guess whenever I've envisioned having children, it's always been boys. And I think that's because I grew up with boys. So I have 3 younger brothers. So I think I've just always envisioned having boys. Now, my mother and one of my brothers are like gun ho on girl. They want a girl. Then when they talk to me, how's my niece? How's my granddaughter? And I'm like, but what if it's a boy? Nope, it's not. It's a girl. So I don't know. They're like, nope, you want a boy so bad, it's going to be a girl. So I'm like, whatever. Okay. Whatever it is, hopefully it'll be healthy. And that's all that matters. So it's all good. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate that. Oh, hi, Laura. Oh, sushi. So, okay. So for those of you who don't know, when you're pregnant, you're not allowed to have raw fish because if you get sick, it's not good for you to have food poisoning, basically. So it's not like you can't have sushi because it's sushi. It's because it's raw fish. So yeah. Sushi. So I have given up everything, and I have given up sushi except for the sushi that does not have raw fish in it. Like I literally will eat like a California roll because it's just veggies in there and like cream cheese to help myself get over my like urge, like I need sushi. But I haven't really had any cravings, so that's been really helpful. Amanda, you could tell by your face. Oh, no. Yeah, I know. I've been getting a little bit bigger everywhere, so it's been real fun. So, yeah. No, it's okay. It's a-okay. Hi, Rainy. Well, hello. You just missed. I announced that I am pregnant. So nice to see you. Okay. So beside that, again, I want to just really thank everyone for being so supportive over the course of the last couple of months where I've been just MIA. I appreciate that. Obviously, there will be a few things that'll change regarding my channel, which we can kind of go into right now. So I've decided that instead of doing the 3 videos a week, I'm actually going to go down to 2, and it's going to be a little bit different because I don't know about you guys. Do you care about like what's happening as far as like if I were to start just vlogging as opposed to the sit down videos? Because for me, I've been really enjoying people's vlogs. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like so cozy, and I just love seeing people, what they do on a regular basis. I know that sounds really creepy and like weird, but I've just really been enjoying that. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. Well, I'm thinking this is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to continue to post on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I'm just going to cut out the rapid reviews on Thursday. And I know a lot of you really love my rapid reviews, and believe me, I love them too. However, I think that's the easiest one to cut because it is the most work as far as editing goes. So it'll be helpful to me to be able to cut that one for now. So what I would like to do is on Tuesdays to do a sit down, talk about what I'm reading, catch up on certain things like that. If there's a tag that someone's tagged me in or something like that, that'll be my Tuesday video. And then on Saturday will be the weekly vlog. So I'll vlog during the week and kind of show you what I'm doing, what I'm reading, maybe belly updates. I don't know. And I will post that on Saturday. So you may see a little bit of what I do for Laura and I's business as well, DoubleBookedCo, because I do work on that every day. So you may see me, packing orders or, doing crafts or something. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to vlog a little bit, and I'm going to try to keep them under 30 minutes. I like the 25 minute mark. So I won't try to keep you for an hour every week. But I thought that would be nice. And then obviously if there's something that I want to sprinkle through, I will definitely do that. It is, so for those of you who have been here since the beginning, November is actually my BookTube anniversary. So I've been on BookTube now for 2 years. I started in 2019. And every year I have done Vlogmas. And that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I think I'm going to do my best to try to do Vlogmas this year, but to actually have them be vlogs. Because usually what I'll do is I'll do like sit down videos where I'm, talking about certain things. And that I think is just too much for what I have time for right now. But if I were to do the little vlogs, so 3 to 5 minute vlogs, then maybe you can still get some Vlogmas from me. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try to do so that I can keep up my channel without disappearing again. And then obviously as we get closer to April, which is when the baby's due, it'll probably have maybe pre-recorded depending on what's going on. Now, what I will say is, because this is just how I feel and how my husband feels, please do not expect to see any babies on my channel. I really don't want to show my baby on the internet. And this isn't just for YouTube. We don't even like to post pictures of even my stepdaughter on Facebook or anything like that, because I don't know, I don't like putting minors on social media. I think especially for a baby, they have no say in how they are being represented online, and once you put something online, it's always there, and people can steal your baby's pictures and all that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, you won't see the baby. You may see maybe a hand or a foot or something if I'm vlogging and there's stuff happening, but I don't intend on showcasing the baby on the channel. And I also don't want this to become a baby channel because it's a BookTube channel, and I always plan on keeping it as a BookTube channel. There might be life stuff in there too, but I don't plan on showcasing the baby. So I'm sorry for any of you who are oh, we want to see the baby. We want to see the baby. Oh my gosh, I just saw that episode of Seinfeld. If you haven't watched Seinfeld, you got to get on there. It's officially on Netflix now. Anyway, oh, hi Denise, hello. Oh, and Carol's here. Carol Cox, I know you. Hi, Carol. So nice to see you. So yeah, it looks like everyone's pretty okay with me just letting me do whatever I want. My channel. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, okay, bye, Emily. The dingo ate your baby. That's from a different episode. Yep. There's that one where they're at the party and she's talking about like, my fiance is upstairs. My fiance. And then she says something about a baby. And then Elaine just looks at her and is like, the dingo ate your baby. I'm sorry if you don't like Seinfeld. I can't help it. It's so funny. So yeah, so I know that's sometimes a question that people have. Just don't feel comfortable, especially because they can't speak for themselves. They can't say like, no, I don't want you to put me on there, or no, I don't feel comfortable. So I don't like that idea. So there will be no baby on my channel. Like I said, you may, if I'm like doing something with the baby, you might hear it, or you may see a foot or a hand, but I really don't plan on like showing off the baby. So anywho, so that is the big announcement. That is the channel update as far as how that's going to work. I know I brought up DoubleBookedCo a few times, and for those of you who are over there as well, or subscribe to that channel as well, another update that we'll update you on that channel, but I thought I would mention it here too, just in case any of you who follow me here on Spenelli Speaks want to jump over there for next year, starting in January. Laura and I will be doing a book club. So what we'll do is, like the month prior, so you'll see us announce this probably tomorrow in our live stream that we have tomorrow with new products. We'll announce that we're going to be doing a book club. And basically what it'll be is we'll have like a poll in the video that'll show 3 books that we would be happy for you to vote on. And then whomever would like to participate in that, whichever of the 3 books you want to read most, whichever one gets the most votes, that will be the book that we read that month. So that's, just hanging out with us. We may do productivity sprints, stuff like that. But then at the end of that month, so like the book that we would choose for January, towards the end of January, we would have a live stream to discuss the book, of which you can join us in the live stream. You can join us in the comments. And then we'll also have a Voxer thread that we can chat in as well, so that you can chat throughout the reading and not just at the live stream, or, whichever you prefer. So that's another kind of, not so much my channel announcement, but in case any of you want to jump over there and be part of that book club, we're going to do that together. Laura and I read together all throughout the year. We usually have like a year-long read-along, buddy read between the 2 of us. And a lot of you out there kind of mentioned wanting to read with us as well. So we thought, what better way than to, through our business, to do a book club on our business page. So that's going to be something that starts in January, but you'll see us announce it tomorrow in our live stream for new products. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you jump over there and subscribe so you can see some new products tomorrow. That's at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll announce it, and then we'll show which 3 books we are going to let you vote on. And quite frankly, there's no rhyme or reason to the books. It's more or less, what books do we have that we share and we can read together. So yeah, so if anyone's interested in that, please feel free to jump over there and have some fun with that. So yeah, so lots of different things happening. I'm trying to think if there was any other announcements for my channel, and there really isn't, other than the fact of just going down to 2 videos and it being more vlog based, which, yeah, I like watching vlogs, so I figure I'm just going to switch over to vlogs so that you can kind of like get to know me a little bit more and follow me on this bump journey, because some days it's bigger than other days. It's really weird. But it is what it is. So past that, I did ask for some questions for the Q&A for anyone who may be new to join me here on the channel to get to know me a little bit more. And I actually just totally lost my place. But there was a couple of questions that were asked, and they were so good, like so good kind of questions. So if anyone has any questions that you're wanting to ask right now, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I will definitely jump in there and look at those. I'm going to try to pull these up if my phone will cooperate. There we go. Or not. Hey. Am I clicking on the wrong thing? I think I might just have to go to YouTube itself and go to my thing. So, technical difficulties, everyone. But yeah, if you have any other questions, you can pop them in the comments. Here we go. This is much easier. Oh, apparently I have ads on my stuff already. Okay. So, it looks like a lot of people were asking me about Wheel of Time, like how I thought about it already. Because in that video, it was also my TBR. And so for any of you who may be reading or have read The Wheel of Time, it's the first book in the, Eye of the World. It's the first book in the Wheel of Time series. I'm on chapter 10, and I'm really enjoying it. For someone who doesn't really like high fantasy, I am really actually enjoying this book. It's really good. So for all of you who asked about what I thought about Wheel of Time during in my comments there, I do really like it. And I know, Beth, you're reading it too. So I'm a little behind where you are, but yes. So, and then Beth, to your question, I just want to know where you've been. So I've been here. I've been reading. I've just been really tired. So yeah. And then, so Victoria from A Musical Bookworm, which if you have not been her channel, make sure you check her out. Her question was, what is your favorite comfort read? And, I've never considered myself a person who has comfort reads. But I can tell you, like, when I'm done reading something, I'm like, oh, I felt really comforted during that read. So I think that happens the most with classics, which is odd because I don't know who says a classic is a comfort read. But I don't know. It's just my jam. Like, I just really like classics. I feel like classics are where I thrive in understanding and breakdown. When I start reading contemporary book, like, I really don't know where the author is going ever. I don't understand their points. Sometimes I feel like their points are kind of hype points, like what's happening in the world right now, and I'm going to write a book about that. Well, that's great, but when there's 100 authors writing about the same thing over and over again, it's bothersome to me, and I don't like having to read about the same thing over and over again. So classics have been a real go-to for me, and I think it's just because they're, I wouldn't say easy to read, but for me, like, I get their pacing, I get where they're going, I understand the culture at the time, because a lot of it I've studied. So for me, it's just like, oh, this is so nice to, like, yay, I love you. So I think, oddly enough, my comfort reads are classics. Other than that, like, another comfort read, like during November, I really like to read Mitch Albom books. I don't know why, but I always feel such, like, an amount of, like, gratitude, or like it really opens up a lot of thoughts for me. It makes me appreciate people and things more, because a lot of his books are about, like, appreciating the people you love, or appreciating your life, or appreciating like the small things. So I always try to read that. I always try to read his books in November, and I really like his writing. You know, it's easy to read. You can blow through his books. I always end up having one around. So those are another comfort read, I would say. And then the final comfort read, again, is a seasonal thing. And it really just started last year when I really made myself read all of the Christmas books that my mom has given me. I really enjoyed that. So like Christmas books, like Debbie Macomber books, those are a comfort read. When you sit down and you read one of I would consider, and I may have just frozen there, and I apologize. Like I said before, my stuff's being weird. So looks like Rainy is like, yep, you have some comforting classics. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yeah, I am really enjoying it so far. I don't know that I will continue in the series right away. It might take me a little while. But I am really enjoying the first one. So yes, Amy, I really love Debbie Macomber. Absolutely. Really, really, really like her. Which kind of brings me to the next question. So Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia, which if you haven't seen her or her channel, jump over there. I wish I could like quick put links in everywhere, but Tiffany is great. She had a question. She had a couple questions. So she said, what books have been most influential in your life? I would say, again, it's all about the classics. The classics have really been like a huge part of my life. And when I say classics, I would say like, this is going to sound really silly because I think it's considered a middle grade book. But Dr. Dolittle, I read that in 5th grade, and it was the first book that was challenging to me because it's pretty dense. And I was really happy that I was able to finish it and that I enjoyed it. So that was really influential to me just because I just really felt accomplished as a reader, as a young reader. So those have always been really great. Obviously, C.S. Lewis as an author has always been really influential, especially his Narnia series. I've loved that. I've recently been getting into reading more of his writing, which has been really great because I've been able to see how broad his writing scope is, which just makes me appreciate him more as an author. So I've read Mere Christianity this year. I also read his Space trilogy this year, which was out of this world, no pun intended, compared to what his other writing is. So there's been influential authors and books, but mostly classics, I would say, just because that's just been the reading that I've always done. And I mean, other influential books, I don't know that I really have any off the top of my head at this point, and I probably should have prepared better. But as you all know, I fly. Okay. She also says, I know you read a little bit of everything, which I do, but what are your favorite genres? So again, classics, if that's considered a genre, is definitely one of my favorites. I do like cozy mysteries. I don't read them very often, but I do have a lot of fun when I do read them. So I have enjoyed that. I do really love Christmas seasonal books. So those are considered romance to a certain extent, but I like the ones where it's not really like full on romance, where it's more like the simple, like Debbie Macomber, all of hers are like behind closed doors, if it even happens behind closed doors kind of romance. And don't get me wrong, I like a good romance, but I don't usually talk about those ones. So yeah, I just like books that are, books that don't have you sit there and have to think about why they didn't close certain things up or that. I like when the author does a really good job of closing all the loose ends, unless obviously it's a series, because you continue on with those. But yeah, I just like good books. I know that sounds so dumb. I just like good books. I like the good book genre. And then she asks a final question. What's your favorite place you've visited / vacationed and why? And I would have to say the UK. So I've been to the UK twice. And the first time I went to the UK, I visited my brother, and I was primarily in London, and then a day trip to Cardiff, Wales. And then the second time was back in 2019 before the world closed down. And I went with my then boyfriend, who we became fiancés after, and then have since been married. But we went to London to meet my brother, or to visit with my brother. He was stationed there again with the Navy. And we spent time with them. And then we went to Cardiff, Wales. And then we went to Edinburgh, Scotland. And then we went to Dublin, Ireland for just a vacation. I was celebrating achieving my master's degree, and we went. So it was kind of like a honeymoon, because we didn't end up having a honeymoon because of COVID. So it kind of worked out nice, because I guess if you look at it, that was our honeymoon before we were married. But I think within that trip, our favorite place that we visited was Edinburgh, especially because we took a Highlands tour. So we went, I think the tour was like ruins and locks. So we visited a bunch of ruined castles. So either they were fully erect, or they were like just, rubble, basically. Like you could see the outer walls of certain things. And then locks. So locks are like lakes. They're like a certain amount of water, but there's a lot of locks in Scotland. We didn't go to Loch Ness. We went to a few, I can't remember what they were called, but very specifically, we visited a little town called Inverary, and there, he always says Inverary. I think it's Inverary, but whatever. There is a fairy tale castle there that is still in operation, and the Earl or Duke or whatever it is, the nobility, lives there and actually still operates there, and they have visitors and stuff. And I've seen a PBS a documentary on him, and he's so cool. He comes down, serves coffee and tea. He's very nice. His wife is a huge philanthropist, as far as they start new things. She's a huge volunteer. So they're really great people. They're like in their late 40s, I would say. And they're awesome. So they still, keep that castle running. We did not go inside the castle, because you had two options when we stopped there. You could go into the castle, or you could go into the town. And we were just really hungry, and they had a cafe in the castle, but you had to pay to get in the castle. And then it was just like a little cafe. So we're like, let's go downtown and see if there's anywhere to eat. So we stopped at this place called the Hotel George, and it is a hotel upstairs, but it has a pub restaurant downstairs. Ermagerd, so delicious. We had fresh mussels that were caught that day off the loch, so right there. And we had fish and chips. It was the best meal we have ever eaten. It was so good. He had a little whatever thing of whiskey. They give you whiskey in these little glasses, and it was so euphoric. We had such a nice time there. It was such a limited amount of time, but it was so amazing, and he can't wait to go back. And he's not a big traveler. I'm the traveler. So for him to be excited to go back to Edinburgh, of all places, really excites me, because I will go back in a heartbeat. So that is my favorite place that I visited or vacationed. So big story around the pond there. Sorry if I am totally rambling, but sometimes when I get excited, clearly all of my energy is back, Amanda. Okay. And then Pamela too. I hope you're doing okay. That's basically my question. How are you doing? I'm okay. I'm doing quite well now. So all is well here at the Spenelli household. So, okay. So we have some questions from Julie. I hope I'm not missing any questions if you guys have questions. Oh, here we go. So Denise, you asked, do you think you will start presenting more children's books you recommend as a new mom? That is a great question. And yes, I probably will. I probably will do them as standalone sit downs, because YouTube's weird with this like, is this for kids or isn't this for kids? So I would probably have to flag it as it's potentially for kids because it's about kids books. So I wouldn't want to intermingle that with other content. So yeah, I will probably do other videos. And I've actually been kind of collecting kids books for a while. Not because I knew I was going to be pregnant, but just because I'm a thrifter and when I see something. So like I have like little Winnie the Pooh, like these old Winnie the Pooh books, which I had found at a thrift store for like under $1. And I really like Winnie the Pooh. I've always really liked Winnie the Pooh. I was a huge Tigger fan when all of the movies started coming out. If any of you remember like the early 2000s. I also have like this really cute book from Beatrix Potter, which I'm really excited about having because like these books are so pretty. And I mean, I got them just from the thrift store. You know, I'm not about having to have new stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely into having whatever. And of course, you know, when Kohl's had their Kohl's Cares, this is one of my favorite books when I was a kid. So I grabbed one of those too. And this is years ago, people. This is before I was even married. So yeah, I've been collecting kids books for a while now. And not many. I mean, this shelf only has about 8 books on it. So I'm sure I will definitely build that as we move along. So thank you for that question. Yes. Amy, oh, yes. Yeah, if you were late, I'm sorry. I announced that I am expecting in April. Expecting a child, a human being. Oh, I lost my questions. There we go. A dram. Thank you, Ange. See, we got the Scotty telling us what the word is. It's a dram of whiskey. Yes, he really likes his drams of whiskey because he had one almost everywhere we went. And when we were in Ireland, we went to the Guinness storeroom or storehouse. I can't remember which word it is. I think it's storehouse, storeroom, whatever. And loved it. It's like 7 stories. You go through the story of Guinness, how it started, the products that they used, how innovation has been part of their story, how advertising has evolved. And we loved it. So we keep walking down the road and we get off at the Jameson whiskey place, the factory or whatever, and they have like a similar thing, but it was terrible. It was so lame. We were like, we paid for this, and technically we paid for it through our Dublin pass. We had this travel pass that you could do all the things, and it was already paid for because it's like a lot. And it was so lame. But at the very end, you do this, and I'm totally out of breath now because this kid taking all my air. Anywho, you get these drams of whiskey and you get 4 different kinds, and they're basically showing you like the difference between like real Jameson whiskey and other stuff. And I'm not like a huge whiskey straight kind of drinker, and my husband was just in heaven. He's like, I'll take this. So he drank basically all of mine. So thankfully we weren't driving anywhere. Obviously we were walking or we were on buses and stuff, but he enjoyed it to the fact that he got all the whiskey. But I was like, no thanks. Like, yeah, this is lame. Guinness was so much better. Guinness was amazing. If you're ever in Dublin, please check that out because it's amazing. Yes, and I love Edinburgh. We should have spent the entire time there because we didn't get to half of the things. It's just a lovely place. Lovely, lovely. Ermagerd, it's Jeanette. Well, hello. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. That's why I have been so behind on Kristen Lavenstatter. I'm so sorry, but that is the main point, is just being super tired. And because you and Rainey are so patient, I skipped over to do, other things that I had deadlines on, so I'm sorry. Okay. It looks like maybe there's another question. So Dr. Fool, hello. Would you rather have a pause button or rewind button on in your life? Oh, well, thank you. Oh, and thank you for the congrats on 1K. That's hopefully going to happen soon. I would love to see that. It's always super fun to see your channel grow. Oh, pause or rewind? I think it would be pause. I've actually been doing a lot of like thinking on my own. And for me, if you know me or you've gotten a tailwind of my personality, I dwell on a lot of things. I think about a lot of things from my past. And a lot of things lately, I've been like putting Elsa in my head and just like, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Because there's literally nothing you can do about it. Like, it's done. It's over. You can't control the situation anymore. It's over. So mistakes you think you made or whatever, it's done. It's over. It's gone. Goodbye. So that's why, for your question, Dr. Fool, I think pause. I think there's a lot of times that you're in a situation or you're in a moment and you're enjoying it so much that you just wish it would last longer. And I definitely think it would be pause. I think it would be a pause. I don't know. What do you think? If you had that question, this is a great question. For any of you in the comments, if you had a pause button or a rewind button, which would you pick? I think I would pick pause for sure. Yeah, Jeanette, you did love that one. It's okay. I'm almost back in reading it, so. Authors from your state and books set in your state. So the only Wisconsin author that I'm thinking of right now would be, I think it's Amy Reichert. No, it's Amy. And I have read a few of her books. So she has Coincidence of Coconut Cake, The Simplicity of Apple Cider, and then something about a lemon. I know I have it up there somewhere. I can't see it apparently, but it's up there. Lemon curd something. So she is a Wisconsin writer, and she writes books based in Wisconsin. And that's where I'm from, Wisconsin. And they're mostly like love stories. They're not they're romance, but they're not like heavily like they're not steamy. I wouldn't call them steamy. But so she's a Wisconsin writer. And then books that are based in my state, I know there's a bunch out there. So there's all of her books. And then there is, I know Drowning Ruth, which is on my list of books to read this year, is based in Wisconsin. Milwaukee, maybe. And then I know there is a book called, it's on Oprah's book club, Edward Sawtell. That one's based in Wisconsin. And then I know I have a bunch of books that are based in Wisconsin. I'm terrible that I'm not like remembering them all, but yeah, there are a bunch. If you know that 70s show, that's based in Wisconsin. Not any Wisconsin I know, because every winter they're all just in like windbreakers. I'm like, where's your parka? Where's all the snow? Where is all the snow? But just neither here nor there. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay. Have I read any of them is the next question there. And yes, the Amy Reichert ones I have, and I'm sure I've read other ones that are based in Wisconsin. I just really can't remember them off the top of my head. But I do try to collect some of them, and I will be reading Drowning Mona. That's a movie. Drowning Ruth. Sometime soon. Also, have you met any authors, and do you have any signed books? I have met authors. I have met Debbie Maycomer, and I do have 2 signed books from her. And I have met Sherman Alexie, which is a Native American writer who is excellent. If you've ever read any of his books, they're great. My personal favorite is Flight. which is, I would consider like a YA style book. But he is an excellent writer and he's an excellent speaker. So if you ever have a chance to see Sherman Alexie anywhere, definitely do it. He is an excellent speaker. I didn't meet her, but she was on the same event as Sherman Alexie, but Margaret Atwood, I went and saw her at a festival. I've also met R.L. Stine, and we have a signed book from him. And then Gordon Corman. So this is like a middle grade writer. Saw him speak and got stuff signed by him. And I feel like there's another one in there. I used to go to the book festivals a little bit more, but now with COVID, they're all virtual and stuff. So for me, I'd watch a YouTube video from them rather than, I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. But yes, I do have signed books from them. I don't think there are too many other questions. Did I miss any? Oh, yeah. Doy. Holly Quinn. Yes, I recommended her. She's actually from my hometown, and she writes from my hometown. Durr. She does cozy mysteries. Holly Quinn. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, thank you. And yes, it said pause. Oops, why aren't you showing? Oh, there we go. Recently read the book Alchemist. Yes, I have read that too. And I think maybe, I don't know if maybe I was reading it during a weird time in my life, but I didn't like it. I think I gave it like a 3-star rating, and everybody always says how profound it is and how much they loved it. So I think I'm going to like put that aside to like read it another time again, because I just remember not enjoying it. Reminding me about that. Oh, hello. It's so nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Karen is so funny. I have your is it Booker results on my watch later, because I'm like, I really got to sit down and watch this, because last year you shaved your head, so I got to make sure you don't do anything too crazy in this next one without missing it. So I got to sit down and be able to watch it. So, okay. So I think those are all the questions from there. There was one question on Instagram from Jessica. So I want to make sure I get to her question, because it was really good. Where did it go? Here we go. It says, so this is from Jessica, who has just Instagram. She doesn't have a channel. But she says, if you didn't enjoy reading, what would your YouTube channel be about? And then this one was hard, because I was thinking, like, there's so many things that I like to do, but like, do I like it enough to have a YouTube channel? So obviously I love books. I read, and books are a big part of my life. But I think if I were to have a YouTube channel that wasn't about books, I guess it could probably be about like crafting, like hobby stuff, like the stuff I make with my business. So maybe like it would be like a business YouTube channel, like, pack orders with me. Like, there's a lot of shops, Etsy shops like us, who will do YouTube channels where they just show off like what they do, how they come up with the ideas, how they plan, how they ship, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like that would be that. Or if it was possible, like this would be what I would love to do. And how I even started watching YouTube was travel channels, like all of these vloggers that were like going to all these countries and traveling all over, like that. If I could afford that, if I could just do that, that is what I would want to do. I would want to go all over the world, eat food, and show everyone what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what's good, what's not, where to go. That would be ideal. Yeah, that's what I would do. So, absolutely. Well, we are right after the hour mark, and if you know me, I don't like to keep you past an hour. But any last minute questions that anyone is wondering about, any updates that you thought maybe you'd hear here? Here. Anything like that. Otherwise, I think I will let you all go and enjoy the rest of your day. I truly appreciate you being here, and especially, if you've watched this in replay, make sure that you comment below and let me know you were here. I'd love to chit chat with you there. Thank you all for being so patient with me over the last couple of months. Thank you for all of your blessings with me and my life update. And I'm really looking forward to continuing. I'm glad I have my energy back so that I can keep you all updated with everything that's happening, everything that I'm reading, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I just want to, leave you with that thought, is just how much I appreciate all of you so much. Those who have been here since the beginning, those of you who maybe just subscribed today, I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey. So that's all from me today. I hope you're all reading something great, taking care, and staying safe. And until next time, you all know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.